Good morning, Kentuckiana. It is 7 o'clock on your Sunday morning. I'm Gabriel Gonzalez.
I'm meteorologist Matt Breland. And Gabe, not a Sunday. We should just call it rain day.
Sog day.
Sog day, drear day.
Yeah. Womp womp.
I know.
It's not going to be here forever, though.
That's
but
right.
We have to get through it
Yes.
before we can see the sunshine.
Well,
Wow, look at that.
it may be a little while before we see the sunshine, too.
It's going to happen eventually.
Eventually it will.
Yeah.
We will get to a sunnier pattern, but at first we have to get through the rainy pattern.
The drear days.
The dreary days, that's right. So a gloomy beginning to this morning. You'll notice our skies are still staying cloudy, still waiting on sunrise to happen, but even once sunrise happens, it's going to be interrupted by these rain showers. Temperatures currently in the mid-40s across Jefferson County, southern Indiana. We're at 43 Bedford, 40 Seymour, 45 near Elizabethtown. But check out the satellite and radar. This is what we're talking about. Just a steady stretch of rainfall with us. At the moment, it's just moderate showers, but we are continuing to track some pockets of some more moderate rainfall, especially towards our southernmost counties. That's where a lot of this activity is coming from. The system that's swirling around the south. Just notice those steady rounds of heavy rain showers developing towards Alabama, Georgia. Definitely a rainy morning for those folks as well. Over the last 12 hours, we have picked up at least a ½ inch of rainfall across Kentuckiana. I'm expecting us to really get close to about an inch of rainfall accumulation as we finish out our day. We're still tracking these showers that are expected to be widespread through the remainder of the morning time into the afternoon. Those clouds will still linger around, and we'll start to see showers break apart farther off towards the east. And then we're going to see more sunshine head our direction for the last few hours of the evening and then just past sunset. Temperatures cooling back down into the 30s. We'll see clouds once again for our Monday morning with temperatures returning back into the 30s. So it's still going to be a bit of a chilly beginning to our mornings, but as we head throughout this afternoon, temperatures reaching the mid-50s once again, a rainy start, but we are going to track some extra chances for showers later into the week. We're going to have all the details about that forecast coming up here in a few short minutes. Gabe?
All right, thank you, Matt. We begin with fallout over Friday night's JCPS special meeting when board members voted to cut over 600 jobs. JCPS teachers are now concerned about the effects those cuts could have on students. Superintendent Brian Yearwood believes it is the necessary way to fix the district's $188 million deficit. He says this plan will save the district about $30.8 million. Here's a breakdown of those numbers. An estimated 648 positions were eliminated in a new organizational chart. 32 positions were reduced and may have new titles, but 273 positions were added. WHAS 11's Clarice Shaley heard how these changes are bringing up concerns for teachers and students.
This was not the way to do it. Cutting teachers, harming students is not the way.
Acting now protects students and it protects our staff in the long term.
The words of Dr. Brian Yearwood, the JCPS superintendent, ahead of a vote that approved the most recent district cuts. The school board approved more than 600 job cuts and more than 200 new jobs in a major district restructuring. Some positions like bookkeepers, academic instructional coaches, or AICs, and safety administrators will now be taken from the schools and moved to the central office.
I think another less effective model is to have it centralized.
With the board's decision, Sarah Yost's position as an AIC at Brown School is gone.
In my experience, we used to have that a couple decades ago, and it wasn't as effective as having a coach in a school, even if that coach is teaching part of the day.
As an AIC, Yost says she helps implement mandated curriculum, identify why students are struggling, and how to address those issues.
I am 100% worried about our students and the future of our city.
Her biggest concern lies with the number of teachers who will be turned away and not enough open positions for them to reintegrate.
We are getting no answers. We do not know if we'll have jobs next year.
Erin Hogan is one of the teachers from Gaines Early Childhood Center, hoping for answers at the school board meeting. They have lingering questions and concerns about school changes made in January to close and shift schools. The career prep Liberty High School is moving into the Early Childhood Center.
It kind of is striking when they say that they're cutting from central office first, but in reality, we were told, do not tell the families that we're closing next year. nobody knows that where they're actually cutting the jobs.
Eyes from the NAACP are also on the changes.
How the students who are the poorest and most marginalized in our community, what will be the long-term effects for them?
All are watching as teachers fear these decisions will result in larger classroom sizes and less instructional staff to go around. Clarice Shaley, WHAS 11 on your side.
Yost is also concerned for the centralizing of safety administrators and the continued security of the schools. Michelle Penix, a retired JCPS teacher, tells us bookkeepers work closely with staff and with finances and worries centralizing the position could make accountability with money difficult. These decisions are not final just yet. Meanwhile, the board did make changes related to the budget. King and Zachary Taylor Elementary will close at the end of the school year. Liberty High School will also relocate to the Gaines Early Childhood Center. The district previously said the closures would save about $4 million. Today, Kentucky State Police is investigating after 2 people were shot at a party involving over 50 KSU students in Anderson County. KSP says they received reports of a shooting just before 1:30 on Saturday morning on Lover's Leap Road at an Airbnb rented by KSU students. Officers say a fight had broken out, which led to that shooting. 19-year-old Darius Ivy and 20-year-old Kamora Lay were sent to the hospital for gunshot wounds, which police say are non-life-threatening. Police say they have no suspects at this time. Kentucky State Police, or University rather, did send out a statement saying in part, quote, "While this incident did not occur on university property, we recognize that events like this can have an impact on our campus community. Our thoughts are with those who were injured, and we are keeping them in our prayers during their recovery," end quote. A Louisville church is taking on human trafficking in the digital age. St. Paul United Methodist Church hosted its 5th Stop Human Trafficking Conference, which is focused on how social media and technology are used to exploit victims, especially children. Organizers say 60% of sex trafficking victims are recruited online, often through platforms like Snapchat, Instagram, and Facebook. New data also shows a sharp rise in online enticement reports and cases involving generative AI. President and founder of Her Hope Kentucky, Jennifer Beagle, says Kentucky ranks 9th in the nation for sex trafficking cases. Many of those involve digital contact.
But a big part of social media has definitely accelerated the issue of sex trafficking because every platform is at the fingertips of a child, and typically they don't have the capacity to understand what real danger is, and they are easily fooled into believing that this is someone safe, and then sometimes they don't even care. They just want to play games or do whatever.
If you are a parent, Beagle urges you to monitor your children's phones, set restrictions, and educate yourself about new apps and online risks. Big plans are on the way for Louisville with new hotels, crime is trending down, and bridges to the future. Mayor Craig Greenberg outlined all 3 of those in his annual State of the City address on Thursday. Check out these renderings of the vacant Humana building in downtown Louisville. It's set to be turned into a convention-style hotel with 1,000 rooms. The locally owned Poe Companies is in charge of the project, costing upwards of $700 million. The mayor also talked about public safety. He says violent crime is down by 40% since he took office back in 2023. He says there were fewer shootings than last year than any other year in the last decade. And bridges to the future. This snowy drone video was recorded by the mayor's office, shows a bridge that was never connected to a road on Plantside Drive near South Taylorsville Road. Greenberg announced a $3 million East End investment fund to connect that bridge.
Right now, that road is a dead end, while traffic backs up every day all around it. This year, we'll finish the plans to help ease the traffic nightmare that's plagued this area for the past 2 decades.
He says this will improve East Louisville roads and make neighborhood easier access to get to.